The phone slipped from my hand, clattering onto the hardwood floor with a crack that echoed like a gunshot in the empty apartment. On the screen, frozen in a loop of betrayal, was a video. Grainy but unmistakable. There she was, my girlfriend of 3 years, Lena, laughing in a neon-lit Miami club, her body pressed against some stranger's, his hands roaming where mine once did. The timestamp: last night. She told me it was a girls' trip. No boys allowed, just her and her friends blowing off steam. "You're not invited," she'd said with that teasing smile, planting a kiss on my cheek before wheeling her suitcase out the door. But this was no girls' trip. This was a knife twisted deep into my gut, the kind that leaves you gasping, blood pooling in your mind's eye. I stood there, frozen in the dim glow of the kitchen light, the hum of the fridge the only sound piercing the silence. My chest heaved, breaths coming in ragged bursts. Anger surged first, hot, blinding, making my fists clench until my nails bit into my palms. How could she? After everything, the late nights I'd worked to surprise her with that weekend getaway last month, the promises we'd whispered in the dark about forever. Humiliation followed, a cold wave crashing over me. I pictured her friends knowing, giggling behind my back. "Poor Alex," they'd say. "So clueless." Heartbreak clawed at the edges, but I shoved it down. Not yet. Not while the fury burned. I picked up the phone, replaying the video. It had come anonymously via DM on Instagram, from a burner account. "Thought you should know," the message read. The club pulsed with bass-heavy music, strobe lights flashing across sweaty bodies. Lena's red dress, the one I'd bought her for our anniversary, clung to her curves as she ground against him, a tall guy with a smug grin and tattoos snaking up his arms. They kissed, sloppy and urgent, her fingers tangled in his hair. I paused it there, zooming in on her face. Ecstasy. No regret. Just pure, selfish abandon. Denial whispered in my ear. Maybe it's not her. A doppelganger. Deepfake bullshit. But no, that laugh, high and melodic like wind chimes in a storm, was hers. The necklace around her neck, the silver locket I'd given her with our initials engraved, glinted under the lights. Proof. Irrefutable. I sank onto the couch, the leather creaking under my weight, and buried my face in my hands. The apartment smelled of her. Vanilla shampoo lingering on the pillows, the faint citrus of her perfume on the throw blanket. It mocked me now, a ghost of what we'd built. We'd met in college, two lost souls in a sea of frat parties and all-nighters. Lena was the vibrant one, always dragging me to art exhibits or spontaneous road trips. I was the steady anchor, the software engineer who preferred quiet nights coding while she painted. "Opposites attract," she'd say, her green eyes sparkling. But lately things had shifted. Subtle at first. Longer hours at her marketing job, texts that went unanswered for hours. I chalked it up to stress. "Work's killing me," she'd complain, collapsing into bed without so much as a cuddle. Now it all clicked. This trip wasn't spontaneous. It was calculated. A cover for whatever she'd been hiding. I paced the living room, the city lights of Chicago twinkling through the floor-to-ceiling windows like distant stars mocking my isolation. Resentment bubbled up, thick and bitter. 3 years, and this is how it ends. Me alone, scrolling through her social media for clues while she's out there living a double life. I opened her Instagram, stories from the trip, selfies with her girlfriends on the beach, cocktails at sunset. No sign of him. Clever. But the anonymous tip had included a tag at Miami Mike 87. Click. His profile was public, a parade of gym selfies and party shots. And there, buried in his stories from last night, a clip of the same club, Lena in the background, her arm around his waist. Obsession took hold then, a dark vine wrapping around my thoughts. Who was he? How long had this been going on? I dug deeper, cross-referencing her friends' posts. Sarah, her best friend, had a story with a group shot. Lena, Sarah, 2 other girls. And Mike smirking in the corner. "Girls trip my ass," I muttered, my voice echoing off the walls. The clock ticked past midnight, but sleep was a joke. I brewed coffee, the bitter aroma filling the air, and sat at my desk, laptop open. Denial faded into fantasies of justice. What if I flew down there, confronted her in the hotel lobby, watched her face crumple? Or something subtler, hack her accounts, expose her lies to everyone we knew. Doubt crept in, cooling the rage. Was I overreacting? Maybe it was a drunken mistake. People slip up. But no, the video showed intent. Planning. She'd lied about the trip being girlsy. Guilt flickered. Had I driven her to this? Work had consumed me lately. Maybe I'd neglected her. But fuck that. Betrayal isn't an excuse. It's a choice. By dawn, cold resolve settled in my bones like frost on glass. I wouldn't scream or beg. Plan. Strategize. Revenge wasn't about explosions. It was a slow poison, administered with precision. I called in sick to work, my voice steady despite the storm inside. Then I started small, logging into our shared Netflix account, changing the password. Petty but satisfying. Next, her email. I knew her passwords. Trust had been our foundation, now my weapon. Nothing incriminating there, but I forwarded a few flirty messages from Mike to myself. Evidence. The day dragged, each hour a coil tightening in my chest. I imagined her returning Sunday night, suitcase in hand, feigning exhaustion. "Missed you so much," she'd say, leaning in for a kiss. I'd smile, swallow the bile and wait. But for what? The plan formed in fragments. Expose her, ruin her reputation, make her feel the humiliation I'd endured. Moral conflict gnawed at me. Was I becoming the monster? Revenge felt justified, but what if it backfired? Left me emptier. Evening brought a text from her. "Having a blast. Be home soon. Love you, red heart." The emoji stabbed like a dagger. I replied, "Can't wait. Safe travels." Neutral. Calculated. Inside, obsession raged. I scrolled Mike's profile again. Turns out he was a promoter for Miami clubs, flashing cash and women like trophies. Lena deserved better. No, she chose this. Heartbreak resurfaced. Tears stinging my eyes for the first time. I loved her, still did in some twisted way. But love warped into resentment leaves scars. I ordered takeout, the greasy Chinese food turning to ash in my mouth. As I ate, I mapped out the next steps. Hire a PI. Too expensive. Confront her friends. Risky. Then it hit me, our joint bank account. She'd used it for the trip. Flights, hotel. I logged in, heart pounding. Charges. Plane ticket, Airbnb in South Beach. And a withdrawal at a club ATM. Followed by a Venmo to @Mike the promoter, $200 with a winky emoji. "For the good times," the note read. Fury reignited, white hot. This wasn't a fling. It was funded by us. By me. I transferred half the balance to my personal account. Fair split, right? But it felt like the first strike. Suspense built in the quiet apartment. The city hum outside, a distant roar. What if she noticed? Called me out. Play dumb. Glitch, I'd say. But deep down, fear whispered. What if this destroys me more than her? Night fell, and I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling fan's lazy spin. Inner thoughts swirled. Fantasies of her begging forgiveness, me walking away triumphant. Doubt, maybe talk it out. Resolve. No, she crossed the line. Guilt. Am I stooping to her level? The phone buzzed, another DM from the anonymous account. She's at his place now. Address attached. A Miami condo. Coordinates. Temptation gripped me. Fly down. Burst in. But no, that was rash. Instead, I saved it. Ammunition for later. Sleep came in fits. Dreams of her laughter turning to screams. Morning light filtered through blinds, casting striped shadows like prison bars. Part 1 of my unraveling complete. Now the pursuit began. Sunday afternoon, the airport pickup lane buzzed with reunions. Hugs, laughter, the squeal of tires. I waited in my car, engine idling, the AC blasting against the October chill. Lena emerged from the terminal, wheeling her suitcase, her sundress fluttering in the wind. She spotted me, waved with that radiant smile. My stomach twisted. Act normal, I told myself. The plan demanded patience. Hey, babe, she chirped, sliding into the passenger seat. She leaned over, lips brushing mine. I kissed back, tasting mint gum and lies. Missed you so much. The trip was amazing. Beaches, dancing till dawn. Sounds fun, I said, voice even. Inside, rage simmered. Tell me all about it. As we drove home, she chattered. Waves crashing on white sand, cocktails with umbrellas, girl talk under palm trees. No mention of Mike. Her hand rested on my thigh. Casual affection that now felt like manipulation. Sensory details assaulted me. The faint scent of sunscreen on her skin, the tan lines peeking from her dress, souvenirs clinking in her bag. It all screamed deception. Back at the apartment, she unpacked, humming a tune. I watched from the doorway, arms crossed. Anything exciting happen? I asked, probing. She paused, folding a bikini. Nah, just us girls letting loose. Her eyes met mine, green, innocent. But I saw the flicker. Guilt. Fear. Tension coiled tighter. That night, over dinner, pasta I'd cooked, steam rising in curls, she checked her phone obsessively. Work stuff, she muttered. I knew better. Mike probably. Obsession fueled me. I'd spent the weekend hacking deeper. Using a burner app, I'd messaged him as her. Last night was wild. Miss you already. His reply. Come back soon, sexy. That dress. Fire screenshot saved. Inner conflict raged as we ate. Part of me wanted to shatter the facade, scream the truth. But revenge tasted sweeter slow. Hey, noticed a weird charge on the account, I said casually, twirling spaghetti. Venmo to some Mike guy. Her fork froze midair. Oh, that. He was the club promoter. Helped us get in VIP. Sarah paid him back through me. Smooth lie delivered with a shrug. Suppressed rage burned in my chest. How easily she dismissed it. Right, I nodded, smiling. Doubt nagged. Maybe it was innocent. But the video looped in my mind, undeniable. Moral grayness settled. I wasn't the villain here. She was. The next days blurred into quiet calculation. At work I coded mechanically, mind elsewhere. Home I played the doting boyfriend, foot rubs, her favorite shows. But under it plans fermented. I contacted Sarah anonymously. Heard about Lena and Mike. Spill or I tell everyone. Her reply came quick. Who is this? It's not what you think. Just a flirt. Bullshit. More evidence. Resentment grew, fed by memories. Our first date, rain-slick streets, sharing an umbrella. Now tainted. Obsession turned to action. I cloned her phone app, monitoring texts. Messages to Mike. Can't stop thinking about you. His. Ditch the boyfriend. Come live the Miami life. Heartbreak hit anew, but cold resolve armored me. Friday night, she announced. Girls' night out. Don't wait up. Code for more lies. I nodded, kissed her goodbye. As she left, perfume trailing, I tailed her. From our building to a downtown bar. Through the window, I saw her with friends. And Mike flown in? No, a local lookalike. Wait, texts confirmed. He'd come to Chicago for business. They slipped out back into an alley. Followed, heart thundering. Hidden in shadows, I watched them kiss against a brick wall. Rain pattering on dumpsters. Her whispers. Alex suspects nothing. His laugh. Good. You're mine now. Fury peaked. Visceral, primal. I snapped photos, evidence mounting. Back home I paced, rain lashing windows like accusations. Guilt twisted, spying. Stalking. But betrayal justified it. Plan crystallized. Expose them publicly. Ruin her job, his rep. But add a twist, make it personal. Saturday confrontation loomed. She returned late, tipsy. Fun night? Asked, voice laced with edge. Yeah, she yawned, collapsing beside me. I waited till she slept, then slipped out. To Mike's hotel, address from texts. I knocked, anonymous tip in hand. A USB with videos, photos sent to his boss. Promoter sleeping with clients' girlfriends. Petty. Satisfying. Sunday the payoff. Over breakfast her phone buzzed. Sarah. WTF? Anonymous messages about you and Mike. Lena paled. Babe, we need to talk. Before she could spin, I laid it out: videos, texts, charges. Her face crumpled. Denial, tears, excuses. It was a mistake. I love you. But I was done. Get out. As she packed, sobbing, I revealed the twist. I'd forwarded everything to her boss. Marketing firm hated scandals. And Mike. Fired per his frantic texts. She left, suitcase thumping downstairs. Poetic justice. Alone, humiliated as I was. But unexpected consequence, emptiness. Revenge's high faded, leaving guilt's echo. Was it worth it? The apartment silent, I wondered. Heartbreak lingered, but resolve won. It survived. Yet a final twist, anonymous DM to me. Well played. She deserved it. From Sarah. Mike. Or Lena, playing deeper. Suspense lingered, but I locked the door. The end. Or just the beginning.